Today we're grocery shopping around the world.
Let's talk about that. Good Mythical Summer!
We are about to explore grocery store prices around the world, but before we talk grocery prices, we need to talk about the often all too high cost of maintaining your mental health.
That's why this portion of today's episode is sponsored by BetterHelp.
Yeah, Rhett and I, we've been very open about our positive experience with therapy, especially on our podcast, Ear Biscuits. We're big fans of therapy, not just our own podcast.
Yes.
And we encourage people to seek out therapy for themselves and to improve their lives and the lives of the people around them who they love.
Exactly. Is something interfering with your happiness or preventing you from achieving your goals? Well, regardless if you have a clinical mental health issue like depression or anxiety, or if you're just going through a hard time, therapy can give you tools to approach your life in a very different way.
BetterHelp's mission is to make therapy more affordable and more accessible. And this is an important mission because finding a therapist can be really hard, especially when you're limited to the options in your area.
BetterHelp is a platform that makes finding a therapist easier because it's online, it's remote, and by filling out a few questions, BetterHelp can match you to a professional therapist in as little as a few days.
It's easy to sign up and get matched with a therapist. All you gotta do is click the link in the description or just go to betterhelp.com/goodmythicalmorning.
Clicking that link also gets you 10% off your first month of BetterHelp so you can connect with a therapist and see if it helps you.
And because finding a therapist is a little like dating, if you don't really fit with that therapist, which is a common thing with therapy, you can easily switch to a therapist for free without stressing about insurance, who's in your network, or anything like that.
So if you're struggling, consider online therapy with BetterHelp. Click the link in the description or visit betterhelp.com/goodmythicalmorning.
Thanks again to BetterHelp for sponsoring this portion of today's episode. Now, we spent a lot of time on this show exploring dishes from all over the world and then darting. But one thing we really haven't covered yet is the experience of grocery shopping around the world.
And that is what we're getting into today. An exploration of food cost around the globe and the many factors that influence it.
And can I just say, the crew's dedication to finding new ways to illustrate how little I know is nothing short of impressive. Thank you. It's time for Check Out on Aisle World Global Grocery Shopping.
Okay, boys, in each round you'll be presented with 3 different countries from which you may buy a specific grocery store item. Your goal is to purchase the item from the country in the lineup in which that item is the least expensive. So you're bargain shoppers.
That's what I do.
Yeah, you want a deal. Be very careful about which country you choose because your picks will affect how far your personal shopper travels up our shopper's hill to hell.
Oh gosh.
Whoa, you talk about steaks.
Does this remind you of any other very popular show?
It's nothing like
Not yet.
the price thing, the price show.
Price thing, yeah, the price show, exactly.
That will not be mentioned.
So choosing...
Well, nobody burns in hell on that show.
Well, they're missing out.
Except for people who don't spay and neuter their animals.
Yeah, that's right.
Choosing the least expensive item won't move your shopper at all, which is good. But choosing the middle option will move you 3 notches up the hill, and picking the most expensive option will move you 6 notches up, putting you in extreme danger of falling off the shopper's hill to hell and being banished into the terrible, fiery pit of...
Hell?
Yes. If you fall into shopper's hell before the game's over, you'll forfeit your right to keep playing, and by the end of the game, at least one of you will lose and go to hell. Who's ready to go to hell?
Me!
Well, but you don't want to go to hell.
Do my groceries burn or?
No, I mean, mainly just you.
Do I get to, okay.
But the winner
then
goes
me
to heaven?
too.
The winner goes to heaven?
The winner gets to go to the opposite of hell. But before we begin, we need to determine who goes first. So there should be a grocery basket up there, and you're gonna reach in at the same time. Don't look, and whoever gets the price tag with the lowest price gets to go first.
$9.99.
$129. Woo, 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 woo,
That's
woo,
lower.
Woo, woo. You're going to hell. Is that how he goes to hell?
Not
now?
yet. Not yet, man. I see that we have bananas here.
Well, Stevie, are these all just supposed to be bananas, or is it blue bananas, yellow bananas, and red bananas?
It's just bananas.
Just
I do want to
bananas,
see
dude.
you try and eat.
So you get to go
all those,
first. It's plastic.
Plastic. It's plastic.
It's plastic.
Okay.
So go first, Rhett. Where's the cheapest banana? Ecuador, South Korea, or India?
Well, I know for a fact.
You look like you're ignoring the whole thing. It's back here.
Yeah, I want you to be able to see my face. Or do you want to see the back of my coif?
I'll let them look at my face.
I know for a fact bananas are grown in Ecuador. I bet lives of both of my children and all the animals in my house on that.
And if that's true, I bet that makes them cheaper because of food self-sufficiency.
That's right, Link. I doubt that bananas are grown in South Korea. I do not know if bananas are grown in India. I think banana growth is due to latitude. I don't know India's a big country, Link.
And there's a lot of people in it.
A lot of people.
A lot of people to grow bananas or eat bananas.
I have to assume there are bananas grown in India, but I'm very ignorant of that. I believe I've seen a sticker that said Ecuador on a banana. Okay, why not?
Well, then I'm gonna take India because I agree with you. So look, I did some shopping.
Look at
who's
how
getting
tiny
hot?
your little baskets are. and how
I
big
can't
the
even fit my
bananas are.
banana in my basket.
Okay. Bananas are the least expensive in India.
Yo, good.
So
That's what I
in
did.
India, 1 kilogram of bananas, which is about 7 bananas, only costs 73 cents US. So all the pricing I'm giving you is going to be in US dollars so we can understand it.
Okay, good.
India is the #1 producer of bananas in the world,
Oh, see? You learn something new every day, guys.
but
You can
almost
quit
none of them are
today.
exported. They're all consumed domestically. So they eat
So
a
many
lot
people.
of bananas.
Right. So I'm not moving anywhere. The question is, how far are you moving?
Hopefully I'm not the most expensive banana.
The middle option was Ecuador,
Okay.
where 1 kilogram of bananas will cost you 76 cents US. Ecuador is the #1 exporter of bananas in the world.
That's why I've seen stickers that say Ecuador on the bananas.
That means the most expensive country here is South Korea, where bananas happen to be the most expensive in the world.
Whoa.
1 kilogram will cost you $3.74.
Whoa!
Bananas were once considered a luxury in Korea as they have very low fruit self-sufficiency.
I gotta say, not worth it. Not worth it. Just do without the bananas.
Oh, come on. You're a banana hater.
I went through most of my life without liking bananas. I've only recently started to almost think about liking bananas.
Name a fruit you can grasp like that. Yep, see, you can't do it. Only
carrot?
banana.
What is this, sand art?
It's rice.
Sand art around the world.
It's yellow rice, red rice, blue rice.
You go first again.
Yeah, whoever's losing,
losing.
Goes first. Okay, rice. I believe everyone,
Loves rice.
each one of these countries, there are people who enjoy rice. I have to believe that rice is grown in all of these countries, right? You've got the fertile the Nile Delta. I mean, surely they're growing rice in the Nile Delta, right?
I don't know.
And
know
just
if they
because of Singapore and Japan being in that part of the world, they've got to be growing rice over there. Japan, things are expensive in Japan. You know, things are expensive in Japan. I mean, Singapore seems like the most obvious answer, but that's what I did last time and I was wrong. Maybe I won't be wrong twice. So I'll just take Singapore. I'm going to take the yellow rice from Singapore. I'm going to pour it into my...
Yep. That works.
Okay, well, I didn't really think that through.
Now, I am left with... I don't know about this
Makes a nice little rice base.
this Nile Delta situation. I don't believe in rice there. It's not... I don't know.
It's not fertile enough.
Shoot, now I'm going against my instinct. I just think that Japan, there's not enough land for terracing.
Oh, that's a good point. Terracing, though.
They're bringing in
Hold
a
on.
lot.
Mountain terraces? Rice paddies? Mountain terracing? I didn't even think about that. I mean,
Well,
that's, that sounds like good reasoning to me.
Okay, I'm gonna stick with my instinct and I'm gonna stay with Japan.
Yeah, there you go.
Of these 3 countries, the country with the least expensive rice is Egypt.
Oh man, we're both
God.
hurting a little bit now.
Because it ain't as fertile as you thought it was.
Egypt is the largest
It's
rice
more fertile than you
producer
thought it
in the
was.
Middle East. 1 kilogram, or a little over 2 pounds, will cost you just 94 cents. The second least expensive option here is Singapore.
Oh,
So, Rhett, you only move 3 spaces. In Singapore, 1 kilogram of rice will run you 96 cents.
it's not bad.
And that means our most expensive rice option is Japan. So that means, Link, you have to move 6 spaces. In Japan, 1 kilogram of rice will cost you $4.21. The reasons for such a high price are complicated, but in a nutshell, they can be attributed to a 700% tariff on rice imports and government subsidies that have disincentivized growing rice.
Oh, okay. So they are importing. Apparently, they're
No
not
terracing.
terracing. They're tariffing.
That's right. Okay, since we're tied, lowest price goes first. $6.99.
$3.46.
All right, go.
Okay. Coca-Cola.
Finland, Australia, the USA.
What is USA? Where's that?
That's us.
Oh, that's us. Okay, so I know that Coke was invented in USA, and I know that Coke is headquartered in USA, in
Georgia?
Hotlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
Does that make it the cheapest because we grow our own Coke? I mean, is that how it works? We're growing our own Coke?
Well, we do, yeah.
But you have to guess that at least in Australia, that they are also manufacturing their own Coca-Cola, right?
That's a long way.
It's
You think they got a
it's a
bottling
big
plant.
culture. It's a big country. It's a continent. It's the only country that's a continent.
There's not a lot of people on it, though.
Now, Finland, they're not manufacturing. But first of all, they're not manufacturing anything because they don't exist. It's a fictitious country, as I've established thoroughly on this
So
show.
you should choose it.
No, things are very expensive in fictitious countries because they don't actually use a regular economy. It's like Monopoly. I think because they have moved, I don't know,
Australian dollar compared to the US dollar?
I think it's the US. I'm just going to...
Oh, that's what I was going to choose. So I'm going to have to go with, I don't know, are they bottling in Finland? No. I got to go with Australia.
Well, hey, that was cool. You just did it right into
Yeah,
your thing.
I wanted to indicate my choice.
Of these countries, the one with
Satisfying.
the least expensive Coke is the USA.
Boom!
A half liter, which is about 16 ounces, costs 76 cents in the US on average. So, Rhett, you move no spaces.
A half liter. What's
The
a half liter?
second least expensive option is Australia. In Australia, a half liter costs an average of $2.08. Australia makes Coke domestically, so these costs reflect what it takes to manufacture it with Australian labor costs factored in. So, Link, you go ahead and move 3 spaces.
No, take me to the bananas. I don't want to buy a banana.
Oh, you're going all the way to the cereal aisle, which you love.
Oh, yeah, but
You love it. You
I'm
love
starting
that.
to smell hell.
Okay, and Finland. So Finland is the most expensive. Why is that, Stevie?
It's because Finland has a very high cost of living as well as a hefty tax on sugary drinks, so a half liter runs an average of $2.45.
Ouch.
You guys and your sugar tax.
Eggs. Who goes first now? Because I go
you
first
do.
because I'm closer to hell.
Yeah.
Tell me about Slovakia. You've been there. Do you see a lot of farmland? You see a lot of cluckers running around? Russia's
I
huge.
don't remember having any eggs. I'm sure I did have eggs. I had a lot of fried cheese during my summer in Slovakia.
Really?
Fried cheese, yeah. Which
Netherlands-
requires eggs.
There's so much farm happening in the Netherlands.
Maybe it doesn't require eggs.
I think they're pretty self-sufficient with their eggs in the Netherlands. Of course, I don't know about the tariff situation.
Yeah, who does?
You know, and Slovakia is south.
South of
You
what?
know, the Netherlands.
Yeah.
So you've got chickens are flourishing more. Unless you got those cold weather.
Oh, so these are wild eggs.
no.
These are from
I can't
the
come up with
the local chicken
anything to help me
population.
here. I'm gonna go with the Netherlands.
I don't know anything about the egg situation in any of these countries. Everything that I'm about to say is based mostly on BS and somewhat on just some general knowledge of things. Having been to Slovakia, I did not take note of the eggs.
You said that.
Having been to the Netherlands, I did not take note of the eggs. I have not been to Russia. But Russia's a giant country where I just don't think things are that expensive there in general. And it covers so many time zones and so much longitude and latitude. They got to have chicken farms everywhere, right? Why not?
But the tariffs.
I'm saying they don't have tariffs on eggs. Why would you tariff an egg? What you
think
got against
other
eggs?
people are tariffing them.
No, they're growing their own eggs. It's just a big country.
Too cold.
The country with the least expensive eggs out of these countries is Russia, where a dozen eggs will cost you $1.39.
Whoa.
Russia has made a big push in recent decades to become poultry self-sufficient, which means, Rhett, you don't move any spaces.
Yeah.
The second least expensive option in this lineup was the Netherlands,
Okay, great.
Okay.
where a dozen costs $3.10. So, Link, you move 3 spaces.
I don't want to go to hell, but I'm not willing to clean up my life either.
Look at there. Checking out the meats.
That means the most expensive eggs in this lineup come from Slovakia, where a dozen eggs cost an average of $5.25.
Good gracious.
Dang. I mean, what are they using? Egg substitute? Like the egg in the carton?
I don't know, man. I didn't take notes.
Okay, so you guys are a little bit better at shopping for cheap groceries around the world than we thought.
Thanks.
But as I established at the top, the whole point is that we see someone go to hell, and
Right.
I
Oh, that's
can't
the
leave
whole
it to chances here. So this round, we're doubling the points. If you get the middle option, it's 6, and if you get the most expensive option, it's 12. And listen, if you tie, like I said, someone has to go to hell, so you're both going to hell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Tie-
And that's a threat.
Well,
I
crap.
already knew that.
So unless I get this
Ties go to hell.
exactly right, the lowest one,
And you do have the power of choice
I'm
here.
going to hell.
Because you're closest to hell. Tesla Model 3.
Look at that. Out of these colors, I'd buy the blue one.
That's a sharp.
I
that's a
definitely
sharp
wouldn't
one.
buy a yellow car.
Yeah, it's a little too, like, hey, look at me in my car.
I mean, USA has to. How could it be cheaper in anywhere besides the USA, right?
Man, I don't know. I don't make Teslas.
So are you? Are
Or
y'all-
the rules.
Are y'all messing with me?
This could be a trick. It could be a
How
trick.
could it be? I mean, Norway and Denmark, they're. I'm sorry, they're
Basically
almost the same in my
I mean,
mind.
Yeah, right. To us,
They could be making these there.
it
and
could
they're
be
cheaper.
Wouldn't that be cool?
But then at which one? And then the one that's closer might be USA might be the most expensive.
It's what
Okay.
it's what it sells for there. There may be like some incentive in these countries which are more progressive when it comes to like electrification of the automobiles. That's like, do you know that it actually only costs $4,000 to get a Tesla in Denmark? It costs $25,000 to send it over there, but the Denmark government has made a decision to really incentivize it, and so they actually subsidize it, and it only costs $4,000. Did you know that? That's the kind of thing that Stevie might say, and she's going to use that voice when she
But
does
the-
it.
And if, I mean,
Did I
that
confuse
is
you?
no, that's tempting. And plus, the prisons in Norway are just spectacular.
Oh yeah, we've heard about that. Good Mythical Morning is
So,
featured in a
all right.
movie that's about Norway's prisons.
I'm gonna choose Norway because of all the reasons he just gave in that unbelievable voice, and because of the prisons.
I sort of believe the things that I said.
And it can't. USA's too obvious of a choice.
There were some incentives in America that I think like expired at some point, but Tesla has been dropping the price of the Model 3 multiple times
It's the best
in
selling car
in the American market.
in America, right?
I think the Model Y might be better selling, but I don't know. But I'm gonna go with USA because I just hope it's not the most expensive.
The country with the least expensive Tesla 3 out of these countries is Norway.
Oh crap! I'm saved. I'm saved.
Link doesn't move any spaces.
Hold on, is it because of what I said?
A Tesla 3's base price is just over $37K. Norway is the world leader in electric vehicles, and because of various incentives the government has put in place to adopt them, Tesla is able to keep their
See?
costs down for the consumer.
Can you use the
I
voice?
knew it. I knew you were right.
Can you use the voice?
Can I use the voice?
This voice. Yeah, the guy who knows everything about electric vehicles.
No.
Okay, thanks.
You know what? Just go to hell.
Well, I don't know if I'm going yet. I have to be the most expensive to go to hell.
I bet you.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
if he has the middle option, you're both
going to hell. I'm going to hell either way. It's a question of are you?
The second least expensive option is the USA, where a Tesla 3's base price is an average of $40K.
Go to hell.
Hey, we're going to
And
hell.
We're going together.
Hell Brothers.
that means Rhett goes 6 spaces.
Going to hell together.
This is so satisfying for a particular type of viewer. Rhett and Link are going to hell together.
Yeah.
For
And
leading all the children astray.
before you go to hell, the most expensive Tesla comes from Denmark, where the base price is $64K.
Whoa!
This is the
it
last
has a
thing we're hearing
huge-
before we go to hell.
Yeah,
Is how
huge
much
tax on
Teslas
cars,
cost.
making it the most expensive place to buy a Tesla in the world. And now it's time for you both to go to hell.
Oh, look at that.
Hey, look, let's check out. Is this the checkout?
Okay, all right.
Ooh,
All right, I guess
I'm burning.
I'm watching you burn.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, no, I'm also, oh gosh. Forever together in hell, burning on
don't-
top of one another.
I don't like how you've mounted me in hell.
Yeah. Sorry, man. I just saw an opportunity.
I'm so bummed out.
Yeah, well, hey, we'll do it again.
But we're in here together. Thanks for subscribing and clicking that bell.
And don't forget to come back for a new episode of Good Mythical Weekend tomorrow.
You know what time it is.
I'm Liz.
I'm TC.
We're at Tokyo Station, and it's time to spin the wheel of mythicality.
Cool.
Maybe you'll make it there one day, right?
Yeah, I've tried.
I know you want to visit.
Click the top link to watch us match the country to its biggest export in Good Mythical More.
And to find out where the wheel's gonna land. Get our amazing Mythical Society blanket hoodie by joining Third Degree Monthly by July 31st. Go to mythicalsociety.com.